just want to show a couple things here related to our situation today in the world. Not very pretty what you see out there. Here in this site we say that we are ready for extinction. Extinction is just around the corner. Okay? Extinction of man, right? And why are we becoming extinct? Well, because our economy is going to fall completely flat. Okay, at some point it's going to crash. We cannot be growing forever, and when we don't grow, we will absolutely will die. Anyway, there's a lot of details involved in that, behind that, underlying that statement. Let me just get to some of the things that are going on right now. Okay, here you see Russians veto a UN panel that monitors North Korea nuclear sanctions. And so far, these sanctions, according to the article, they have been unsuccessful. Okay, and so now North Korea will be able to it doesn't really stop them from having sanctions, but they removed the monitors, the people who do a constant study on North Korea, and so Russia voted against that. Now, what this shows is that there's a divide happening, ongoing, I guess you could say, between the East and the West. Apparently China and Russia are getting together to stop the United States, perhaps the Arabs, the Arab world in general. They're not very happy with what's going on in the Middle East. And then you have India, which, kind of looks for its own interests. It doesn't side with China or Russia completely. It doesn't side with the United States either completely. So you have all these countries that are in the middle as well. But what it shows that, there's going to be problems with all these big empires out there fighting it out. And the question is, what is it going to lead to? Is there going to be a war? And if there is a war, it just reinforces that this is going to be an economic collapse, because all wars are done for economic reasons. Why do you conquer land? Why do you want to, take over somebody else's region? Well, you do that because you want to expand your empire. You want to conquer markets, or whatever. You want people to pay tribute in one way or another, right? And so that's what it's all about. And so, there comes a time when the empires meet. And at that point, there could be a world war, right? And here's one fellow. There's a couple of people out there already talking about this. This is a guy from a Polish general who's mentioned that there's a very good chance that NATO and Russia especially might get into a world war where they, when it's a world war, you're talking about nukes. They're not going to stop from they're not going to hold back on pressing the button. They will. So the question is that desirable? Some people say, well, it's good. It's just a war, and maybe it'll kill a few million, and then we continue as if nothing happened. That's not the way I see it. As soon as we start pressing those red buttons, it is the end of the world. Not because we kill everyone, but because we destroy the global economy. That's what's going to happen. And once that world economy is completely disintegrated, you can't restart it. And people don't understand that quite well, and I'm not going to get into the details here. All I'm saying that once we start pressing the buttons, it's all over. It's not going to be a conventional war. It's going to be a war where we kill the economy. That's the problem. And again, it's an economic war. That's what it's all about. And then here's another item that came out this week. Says that Western air bases that host Ukraine's F-16s are legitimate targets for Russia, says Putin. So, if they start bombing some of these places in Western Europe that are receiving some of these planes, again, I think this will lead to a war that cannot be pulled back, a situation that cannot be pulled back. So my assessment is that whatever's happening in the world today, all these wars, it might lead to a world war, and if it does, the economy is going to be shattered, global economy, and you cannot recover from that at all. And so all these people who think we're going to reach the singularity, technological singularity, where from that point on it's going to be exponential development of technology, we're going to build robots and then we're going to go to another planet and all this stuff. All these people are dreamers. It's never going to happen. That's never going to happen irrespective of whether there's a war here. But if we have a war, for sure, it's not going to happen. That's my 5 cents worth.